the better lineup for this game one.
Yep, I'm seeing two Purifies present, both from Super Friends, Kelra, Hatred, and Nomad, probably surviving the first early stages of flanks and ganks up with this nade. It could be a one heated lane for this one. Depends how do you want to do it. But it's game number one. It's TNC versus ONIC Philippines.
Right. So both are going to start out purple. Let's see if their rotation is going to change up. Probably going to exit the map around the same area. It's mirrored right now. Oh, not the same area. Excuse me, but like a different location. So opposite ends. So I'm also going to be looking at how... One thing you have to look out for when ONIC are playing their Turisla is how Gem covers the exit of the opposing team with the penalty zone. And I also want to point out here the emblem choices here. It's the common emblem set for the carry. It's Master Assassin, and then it's Brave Smite and Toughness as well. Interesting choices. So it's a different blend for Kelra. I think he's thinking he's going to be spending a lot of time in lane, so he needs more mana.
Yep, to think that we've seen a lot of mixtures of carry lately. We've seen a Thunderbelt, like mostly of the slow, mostly of the lane sustain, but it was a different build. Since he's up against Nathan, probably the one thing he's in his mind, like, I need to shut this or slow this guy down.
Yep.
Yeah, Nathan, like we said, scaling should be pretty good. Kelra should have a little bit of advantage for now, at least, to work around that. We'll see if the teams want to kind of support that gold lane opportunity for them to get that spike at the right moments here. But right now, pretty much just the stalemate. This is kind of what we expect as they get those level 4s available to them. Escalera still playing quite upfront and aggressive, getting the information they need. And it looks like we're 10 seconds away from that turtle.
Also have to acknowledge that some of the key targets, the mid laners and the gold laners of both teams have Purify. So it's going to be a big juggle of how they make the most out of their control abilities. We're going for an EXP lane push in by ONIC to try build advantage for the first turtle.
Still early pokes going on. Heads also just nearly that level 4 as Gem gets his. So now they're going to go ahead and start this turtle up across the board. Has that level 4. Tsuruyoshi waiting as well to get that ammo fended. They'll feel this out. Head still waiting. Ryzen has to be careful while he approaches this too. Gem holding on to that penalty zone. Gold laners still keeping themselves up top, so it's going to be a 4 versus 4. They hold on. Yep. Turtle's going to go and have a soft reset.
Yep. So on a half HP.
Both roamers also level 4 because both teams gave the roamers one wave. Escalera!
There's Escalera making the play. They go in for it. Get the Netherrealm out. He's going to get eaten up, thrown in. Tsuruyoshi has to flick around. Gets the pole off. Tsuruyoshi to fall. Turtle not taken by either team just yet. Kelra now going to be joining the fight. They lost King Kong though, but he should be back up in time still to possibly contest this turtle.
Wow, the positioning and the entrance of Heads coming from that back turtle pit has just eyes on King Kong.
Oh, goes under. Huge distraction, but will get taken down there.
Yeah, we've just been talking about this Lapu-Lapu, and he knows where to get his attention is.
Yeah, really great buy time.
King Kong still able to get the objective, but can he get out of this? Appraiser's Wrath here to help heal him up. Tsuruyoshi is going to be the one to fall. Super Prince gets the kill. Who comes out on top of that one?
Yeah, Escalera has really hit his stride as a very aggressive roamer here for ONIC. If Escalera didn't do that, Ryzen and TNC would have had the time to go back to the turtle and then get that for themselves. But since Escalera stopped Ryzen at the purple buff of TNC Pro Team, TNC could just watch.
Wow. Another good usage of the final slash. This is what we were talking about earlier with Escalera on this R-Lot, like we saw from yesterday.
Yep, he looks like he's on a race again. Escalera now just making use of that final slash over and over again. Just makes or breaks momentum for ONIC Philippines. And for TNC, that's one thing they need to look after. Like, I think this is where Tsuruyoshi needs to get his eyes on as a Ruby. Where do you hold that area on how to get in the way of Escalera? Because once you miss that millisecond and you overthink on where to place that skill, it's gone.
Yeah, you're on the point there, OSX. If Escalera just gets a good angle into the back line for a good final slash and Ruby doesn't have the angle to stop the final slash coming out of the R-Lot, then it's going to be bad news for TNC Pro Team. And again, Escalera has really shown off his proficiency with this hero, with how well he's been playing so far this season. With the R-Lot, if I'm not mistaken, 2 wins.
Yeah.
He'll be third.
He's done really well, to be an understatement here. Just the way that he plays it. It's funny because, yeah, you really have to kind of compare Super Yoshi and Escalera. The setup potential for both of those, the heroes that they have for the team, is essentially the same thing, and it really comes down to who's able to get that off first. But not only that, but it's also good for disengaging later on or peeling for their team.
Yep.
Well, speaking of peel, we might see extended team fights with the presence of this Faramis on Hands of Hatred. Also, one of the things that we can see with TNC, there's so much contingency, there's so much safety, even sustain.
Yeah.
Let's also know the positioning now of Kelra up top, and also how they want to get this second objective. Another reset for the turtle.
Watch out for the positioning of Gem and Escalera. That's going to be a conceal.
Yep, conceal.
Oh!
Again. Going to be able to find heads, forces them out. Netherrealm as well. Kelra joining the fight alongside Nomad, quite few low. Penalty zone going to come through. They have to flicker out. Gem still going to be alive as well. King Kong quite low. Super Prince already going to use that black shoes. Keeps them back here. So TNC, a lot expended in terms of ultimates. Who's going to get this turtle? Appraiser's Wrath! King Kong able to get in now for the kill as Super Yoshi falls. Escalera on the hunt again. Ryzen's in trouble as he gets taken down by Kelra.
PNC are sharp, but ONIC far sharper. King Kong still going after the backline there for Nomad. And you see there, Escalera again is the effect of having him on an R-Lot. What he does is he loads up the final slash and then goes for the flicker. So TNC are even more surprised. Because if you're going to go into the quick final slash flicker combo, there's time for you to avoid it. But when the animation of the final slash is just right about to sweep them, then you go flicker. That's better.
They jump in again under the turret. They go. What can TNC do against that?
The mastery onto this hero. Escalera on this R-Lot, making so much great plays initiations for ONIC Philippines. Man, you gotta react fast, faster than half of a millisecond, because things could just go down in TNC, forcing them out. That's a complete overload plan on their own crowd controls against the Phoenix Army.
Yeah. Difficult thing right now for TNC Pro Team is that ONIC's lineup has great insurance for the late game as well. They have the carry. We know how annoying Lilia can be by the late game, especially with the damage if she's just able to freely hit. While for TNC Pro Team, their late game is highly dependent on the performance of, well, Heads being able to get the damage that they can, and of course Nomad to catch up. But with the Nathan being your main source of magic damage, ONIC just needs to build up Radiant Armor. So once they're at that point, TNC are just going to be trying to extend team fights as long as they can, but then again, we go back to that Lilia who shines with longer team fights.
That glooms and this complete reset of the black shoes. I think one thing to note as well.
Where's the Radiant?
Yeah, the Radiant now present for King Kong. I think one thing that ONIC Philippines is capitalizing on is complete resource overload in TNC. Once everything is used, that's a complete open ground for ONIC to play with team fights.
Yeah, and 2-level difference there between the gold laners. I think that's a return on investment of Kelra's emblem pathing. Here comes Escalera again.
Yep, Escalera once again on the hunt. Final slash, going to be able to find two. Forcing it, penalty zone to follow on. Still going to be battling it out. Lots of CC thrown out. Super Prince going to be the one to drop. Gem has to get out of two. Kelra looking for the kill, but can't get it. The Appraiser's Wrath will get it as they grab another kill. Hatred on the run, 2 down for TNC. King Kong wants more, and it's double for Kelra. Looking for the triple. Ryzen's in trouble as he falls to Kelra at the tier 2.
Triple. Kelra with the triple, ONIC with the lead, and has the Lord to be taken down, and a push jump on another for Escalera as well. Whew. Oh, the pokes is the final slash vengeance in and out. This guy just doing all of the magic cards right.
Escalera. Escalera. The man's on fire. Again, how he does his final slash. And I would really want to return to the point. The return on investment of Kelra's building, going for the common emblem, and not going for the full fighter emblem set. He wanted to stay in lane and never leave lane because he had a strong confidence in himself to contain the farm of Nomad. Look at that, almost 4,000 gold lead. It's the lead of Kelra compared to that Nathan. The main condition of TNC Pro Team. Even Nomad understood that I'm going to be stuck in lane against this carry. He built the steel leg place before going for his first item. He just built his second. ONIC just have controlled TNC all across the board from the gold lane to the center of the map.
Oh, right now, once again, TNC, massive gold gap here. Gonna make quick work, though, of this Lord. It is that only the first one of the game. They get the shields down, though, too. But right now, they still hold on. But 8,000 gold difference here for ONIC.
The goal difference, the deficit, lanes clearing up last second tier turret down bottom for TNC. Now ONIC is just completely clearing and pushing all over the map. A wider approach, no turrets taken even from ONIC as of this point, and they just keep on going, pushing and reset everything. Rinse and repeat still.
Yeah, and what we've been seeing so far from the approaches of TNC Pro, by the way, Thunderbolt, interesting. Or the Fredrin, a little bit more damage, and the slows especially coming out. So ONIC are really maximize the slows that they can dish, because what we saw in the last engage where King Kong and Kelra was the last two left, pushing back the members of TNC Pro team in terms of being offensive. The triple kill by Kelra came from the fact that King Kong and Kelra maximized their sustainability. Kelra had really great positioning. TNC blew everything that they had to just only get one kill.
He's on it again. Super Yoshi can't stand a chance as he's taken out in a blink of an eye. And that's what Escalera wants to do. At this point of the game, if they can get a numbers advantage, they're happy with it. Ryzen now, he's supposed to be a tank. Gets taken down quite quickly. Again, another round going to come through. Penalty zone, though. They can't deal with it. There's too much overload for TNC. Turret finally going to go down. 4 members taken out of TNC with everyone still alive from ONIC.
Wow. The gold lead, 11.1k gold lead, concealed right onto the base of TNC. 2 turrets left, base open.
Woo! Super Yoshi has to flicker out. Could this be the end of the game? They only have a few minions here. But TNC, despite the gold gap, will hold it together. They have timers on their side for now. But Lord, a few seconds away.
Yeah, be ready for TikTok goodie bags, because things are just going way too fast, don't you think, Ranmar?
Yeah, it's ONIC time. Time slowing down for TNC as ONIC's time gets faster and faster. Ironically enough, they have the carry. So, 5-0 and 3. It's hard to reach it. They're throwing so many bodies for TNC Pro Team. This is the lineup built for a carry to shine. And they're doing so. And with TNC wanting to clump up together, they're just up against a lineup that counters them perfectly. Terizla, Arlot, the Lilia alone. Just outdrafted at this point, and ONIC PH have just rolled with the punches, knowing the advantage that they have. TNC, the funny thing is, even a defense is going to be so difficult against everything ONIC can throw at them.
Yep, there's a Lord coming up, taken by ONIC, and they're clearing more of the waves. Will the items now be a great way to answer with defense? There's so much to take here in TNC. Like, how will they even penetrate the backline? How do you even catch Escalera, even Gem? There's so much problems right now being presented to TNC that they need to even catch one member from ONIC Philippines.
This is very difficult for TNC here. Conceal going to be used. Keep an eye on Escalera. Where's he going to use that final slash? They got to deal with this Lord here. TNC tries to keep it together. Escalera going to jump in, not able to find the angle he's looking for. There's the final slash on Super. Yoshi gets taken down in an instant, but Escalera as well. There's the penalty zone to follow up. Ryzen falls as well. Base going to be worked on here. ONIC looking to end it with a massive lead. They take game 1.
ONIC PH are that damn good.
13 minutes. 3rd and 20. Now quick turnaround lead.
I know it's mid of the season. I mean, regular season isn't finished yet, but I don't think you can say that it's a fluke anymore. And I know the series isn't over yet. TNC still has a chance to push this into game.